morning and welcome to the Morning Expresso by the Indian Express. My name is Rahil Philippos and here is today's big story. Day 2 of the climate summit in Glasgow was marked by joint pledges. One for a 30% cut in methane emissions by 2030 and another to arrest and reverse deforestation by the same year. India hasn't signed up for either of the two pledges. Pledges like these aren't uncommon in climate meetings, but none of the earlier efforts were sustained for very long. With winter here and a financial crisis crippling Afghanistan, India has reached out to Pakistan last month for sending food grains to Afghanistan via the land route. The complex process involves loading about 50,000 metric tons of wheat on around 5,000 trucks. While Islamabad has not yet said no to the proposal, officials in New Delhi are hoping for a quick response. Here are our top stories from the front page. NCP leader Anil Deshmukh was sent by a holiday court in Mumbai to ED custody for interrogation till November 6th in connection with a money laundering case. His arrest has triggered a heated response from the state's ruling coalition leaders in the NCP, Shiv Sena and Congress, with the leaders targeting the central government and describing the move as politically motivated and unfortunate. In the by-elections held for 29 assembly seats in 14 states across the country, the BJP won 7 and its allies won 2, while the Congress, which fought alone, won 8. In the Lok Sabha by-polls, the BJP and Congress won a seat each out of the 3 for which by-elections were held. And the Congress dealt a blow to the ruling BJP in Himachal Pradesh, where elections are due next year, sweeping all 3 assembly seats and the Lok Sabha constituency of Mandi. And now for today's must-reads. The family of Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Ajit Pawar is under the scanner yet again. This time around, the Income Tax Department has attached assets allegedly linked to the family under the Prohibition of Benami Property Transactions Act 1998 as part of an ongoing investigation. However, Pawar's lawyer said in a statement that no assets have been seized and that the IT department has only sought clarifications on some issues. Days after 26 protesters were arrested for attempting to disrupt and block Friday namaz in Gurgaon, district administration have said that they have withdrawn permission for namaz to be offered at 8 different sites across the city. According to a statement released by the Gurgaon police, the authorities reached this decision following objections by both residents and resident welfare associations. A committee has since been formed comprising both members of the Hindu and Muslim communities to identify a list of spots where Friday namaz can be offered in the future. Meanwhile, as part of the new India-backed international initiative for strengthening critical infrastructure in small island states and to make them more resilient against all kinds of disasters, ISRO has said that it will create a new special data window for the generation and dissemination of satellite data. The initiative, known as IRIS or Infrastructure for Resilient Island States, will help these countries strengthen their fences against climate disasters. Meanwhile, the Finance Ministry has issued a fresh set of norms for guiding state-owned banks in adopting a uniform staff accountability framework for non-performing assets of up to 50 crore. Essentially, the new norms lay down when bank staff can be investigated for a loan that goes bad. The step has been taken to protect bankers and remove their fears of being investigated for bona fide business decisions gone wrong. We take a look at the framework and explain how it can help the economy. You can check out the whole explainer on the IndianExpress.com. And finally, 3 months after the Indian women's hockey team made its best ever Olympics outing, the man credited for the team's transformation, Dutch coach Jord Marine, is still awaiting the final installment of his salary and a reward of Rs 25 lakh promised by the UP government. The reason for the delay is apparently a crashed computer and bureaucratic red tape. Read the full report on the IndianExpress.com. And that's all for today's Morning Expresso. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe for more news updates.